All right, so I'm here, Medoc Mountain State Park. I have gotten to my spot here. Give you a quick little view. I think there's a couple trees like right over here, like this one and one over here. I can hook to hang my hammock, and it'll be close enough to the fire that I can watch it from the hammock. The plan is I got about an 8-mile hike that's going to loop me back to this campsite. Get back here tonight, chill by the fire, cook me something to eat. Tomorrow morning I'll get up and eat breakfast. I got my bike, as you can see here. They have some mountain bike trails here, so the last time I was here I was a little envious that I didn't bring my bike. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna eat breakfast, head out on my bike, kill tomorrow somehow, whether it be biking or hiking. And tomorrow night, again, sit around a campfire, have something to eat, relax, pack up Sunday, and head back to the house. So I'm off on my walk. I'm trying a new app, Komoot, Komoot, new to me. I downloaded it and planned a route that was around 8 miles, and after a very short cut through from the campground to a piece of road, I have been road walking, but it seems like this is going to be my turn right here, where I can get back in the woods and get off this pavement. So hopefully the rest of it will be good and woodsy. I might get some good pictures and some video to show you. It's only been about 1.25 miles so far, so maybe I won't have too much more road walking in the future. I left pavement for an unimproved road. Still beats walking on pavement. At least I don't have to worry about vehicles. I can see some woods. Looks like I'm paralleling some creek to my left. So, looks like I got another turn in about a 1/4 mile. Maybe to get off this onto a footpath. Well, I've been about 2 miles in. I must be close to something populated because they've actually conveniently give you some trash cans to use. I came to this little overlook here, and about 2 miles is a good place to stop. And haven't had any lunch, so I think I'll dig a snack out of my bag, sit here, and just enjoy. After about 4 miles, you'll come across this wonderful bridge here that gives you a great view of whatever body of water this is. I want to say I read somewhere you can actually, it's a short run, but you can actually kayak this if you were interested. Well, on to the summit. So I'm back at the campsite. I've started unpacking my pack, got my hammock hung, putting my tarp up now, and give you a little view of it right over here. and luckily there were 2 trees just the right distance apart where I could be, hopefully I can lay my hammock. I got that winter tarp, but I don't know if it's gonna be windy tonight, so I might pitch one side of it as high as I can to, I don't know if I'll be able to get a full porch mode out of it or not, but I'll see. I'd like to be able to lay my hammock and watch the fire dwindle. So I will check back in a little bit. If you look closer to this picture, you can see that there's a definite depression under my tarp and hammock. The only 2 trees I found that were suitable for setting up my hammock that I didn't have to clear a bunch of underbrush, and being in a state park I didn't have to cut down a bunch of stuff, had this belly or depression right underneath the hammock. So I decided, well, what could it hurt? I'm gonna be hanging over top of it anyway. That will come back to haunt me later. Well, good morning. Last night was a little bit of a fiasco. So last night it started raining just about the time I was getting ready to cook something. So I went to get under my shelter, and there was not enough level ground even to set up a. That's one of my neighbors moving in. If you hear a truck, there was not enough ground to even set up level for my cook stove. So I had to find somewhere to, had to be creative. So I stood out in the rain and kind of hovered over top of my pot over the picnic table till I got some hot water, poured it in my Mountain House meal, and then got back in the hammock. So I was in the hammock from, I guess, 6:30 last night till just about now 7:30 this morning. So that was 11 hours in the hammock. Not that I'm complaining, because I'm well rested. I feel like I'm well rested. But that's why there was no filming last night. It was just it was dark and it was raining, so there wasn't a whole lot to see. So I'm making me trying to get a little coffee going. Maybe that'll get me going, and hopefully take my bike out. It don't look like it's going to rain. The forecast says it's going to rain again late this afternoon, but maybe I can get some biking in before then. Alright, see you then. I don't know how this is going to work out one-handed, but we're going to give it a shot. Oh, yeah, I need 2 hands. Alright, I'm about 3 miles into my bike ride. I forgot how hard the bike was. I haven't been on it. I have not been on my bike in been well over a month, maybe 2 months. Need to jump right back on it, on some elevation. Again, I know this ain't elevation to everybody, but to me, as flat as it is where I'm at, this is a lot of elevation. So I'm about 3 miles in. I have packed myself a lunch here. I got salami and cheese on a wrap, and may make this one it, or I got some ingredients here to make another one. I might stop again before I get back out. So well, it's nice and peaceful back in the woods, and not seeing another bike. I did see some people hiking. I met 2 couples hiking along the bike path, so maybe I won't see anybody else. It's nice and peaceful, and head back to camp. I'm through. There's 2 bike trails that you can kind of ride both of them in one loop and only miss a short part of the smaller loop. So I think that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna make one big loop out of both trails and then head back to camp and hunker down. 5.5 miles into the bike ride, and I was not prepared for this. I have done a lot more walking than I have riding in the last hour or so. And I think I still got to make the big loop. I ain't exactly sure if there's a cut through to get back out to the thing or not. If there is, I'm going to take it and get back to the camp, because it started raining again. So I don't think I'll have a fire again tonight. I've done all that gathering wood and processing it, sawing it up, trying to find some dry beat my knife to pieces. The knife that I got is a folding knife, and I knew it wasn't made for batoning, but I thought it would handle that a little bit, but the blades just got a lot of wobble and wiggle in it now, so I'll be in the market for a knife now. So hopefully there's a little cut through I can get back to camp a little earlier. If not, I will take the long way around and do the best I can. Well, it rained again before I could actually get back to camp. The stuff that I had batoned out and gotten dry wood had gotten wet. Seemed pretty dangerous, but what I did is I put my cooking stove. As you can see, this is up on the top rack. I put my cooking stove on the bottom and the wood on the top, and just let it sit there until I had a good flame going. And I've been sitting here for the last 30-40 minutes feeding it very, very small tinder to keep it going. But I couldn't go 2 nights in a row without a fire. So, and keeping it stoked, making the time go by. I did 9.8 miles on the bike, and to be honest, I wasn't ready for that. That was a little ambitious. I did cut the second part of the other loop off because it got to a point where if it was uphill, I just had to push it. My legs were just spent from the hiking the day before and the 3 or 4 miles that I put in getting to the trails and early on the trails. So hopefully it's just a little drizzle rain. Hopefully it'll hold off until I get in the thing. I still got to cook my dinner, which is going to be Spanish rice, chicken, and I got some cheese to kind of melt in there with it. So till the next update. Well, the last log is on the fire, and it is about time to retire to the hammock. 5.6 miles hiking Friday night and 9.8 biking Saturday night has left my legs wore out. I had a little bit of cramping last night when I was trying to sleep in my legs, so I hope that doesn't happen tonight. It is about 35 degrees outside right this minute. I am just about to shiver now that the fire is dying down, so the hammock will be a welcome warmth. So good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I slept kind of fitfully last night. My underquilt kept getting out of position. I'd wake up and have to adjust it, and then if I stretch my feet out, my feet would be beyond where my underquilt goes and they would get cold. If I pulled them back in from the abuse the bike put on me yesterday, my legs would cramp, so I'd have to extend them again to get them to stop from cramping, and it would be cold and I would curl up, extend them, curl up, extend them all night. But I'm all packed up today. The sun has finally decided to show its face after 2 days of rain and dreary, cold, wet. But I'm all packed up. I didn't get a lot of footage this morning. My phone, my battery pack, I guess from being in the cold last night, drained down. Then put like 12% charge on my phone, so just got my phone charged up a little bit in my truck, and just wanted to wrap this thing up. And I got a hour and 20-minute drive home, and hang everything out and let it dry. Pack it away till next time. See you on the next trip.